Right now this morning, the Harris-Walz campaign works to maintain momentum while on the campaign trail. And a new medical breakthrough to help you recover from bunion pain faster. Hear about this groundbreaking procedure on this week's Mindful Monday.
We do have excessive heat warnings in play today for severe weather. We'll have that coming up for you in just a bit. It's going to get hot and we'll get some storms on the way.
Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, This Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us for News 8 Now This Morning. I'm Alexandra Carter.
And I'm Art Jarrett.
It is Monday, August 26th.
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Trying to trip me up with the date there again, but I got it, didn't I? I think it's the 26th.
It is the 26th. Okay. I had to check 4 times today. Yeah.
I'm glad you did. I got to start writing it on my hand or something. 26th of August, it's going to feel like it.
It's going to feel like it's like 5 Augusts all wrapped into one. It's going to, yeah. In fact, let's get into it here. As you can see here, as we go into an alert day is happening today, we're going to be seeing the possibility of severe weather in the form of excessive heat, and that means we're going to see the heat indices get all the way up to at least 90 to 110 degrees. That's for all areas with the exception of Clark County and Taylor County. That being said, we also have it for the alert day for this evening and overnight tonight and into Tuesday, possibly extending through Tuesday morning. Damaging winds and large hail associated with that. Storm activity clearly mostly north of I-90. However, La Crosse is mixed in with that. Right now, though, current temperatures, look at this. La Crosse was at 80 degrees just last hour. Now it's down to 77 degrees. We're cooling down a bit. 72 up there in Ladysmith, Eau Claire at 72, Prairie du Chien just around 76 degrees. Now, when we get into it, current dew points holding on to widespread 70s, some 60s in there now as well. Little patchy fog out there currently. You're seeing La Crosse holding on to 10 miles per hour, or 10 miles visibility, but you're also seeing some fog activity all the way from Black River Falls, extending all the way up into areas by Ladysmith and Eau Claire. Mid-morning into this evening, that's where we're going to be hot and muggy, extending into there. Evening and overnight, that's when the storms pop in. When I come back, I'll give you a better overview of how that will all play out and affect your day. Back to you.
All right, Art, we will see you later. Thank you. The Israeli military and Iran-backed Hezbollah exchanged strikes over the weekend. Early Sunday, Israel launched a preemptive strike. The IDF says about 100 fighter jets struck and destroyed thousands of Hezbollah rocket launcher barrels in Lebanon. Hezbollah quickly retaliated. The IDF reported about 200 rockets launched from Lebanon toward Israel. And North Korean state media, meanwhile, confirming Kim Jong-un oversaw drone performance tests over the weekend. State media there reporting all drones tested Saturday correctly identified and destroyed the designated targets. Kim requested his army units be equipped with these drones. Across the border, South Korean military leaders in Seoul say they are actively monitoring North Korea's activities and are prepared for any provocation. To the campaign trail, where it's all about maintaining momentum. That's what Democratic presidential candidate Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are preparing to do as they hit the campaign trail again following last week's DNC. Carissa Lawson explains.
After taking to the stage together on the last night of the DNC as the official Democratic ticket, Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz are taking the campaign show on the road once again, launching a bus tour of southern Georgia this week. Democratic lawmakers say it's important to keep riding this historic blue wave, which is also helping Democratic congressional races.
I mean, coming out of the DNC and for the last now month plus, we have just seen such energy, such enthusiasm, such true joy and optimism.
Meanwhile, after accepting an endorsement from Robert F. Kennedy Jr., former President Donald Trump is looking to slow down Harris's stride, addressing the National Guard Association's conference in Detroit on Monday. Also in Michigan, a speech on the economy on Thursday before attending a town hall in Wisconsin. On Friday, he's back in battleground Pennsylvania for a rally. Republican lawmakers hope Trump will stay focused on what they believe voters need to hear.
It is our job to expose the real records of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. The American people are hurting because this situation is really desperate. We're all paying more for gasoline and groceries and rent and car payments and mortgages.
Despite that message, recent polls continue to show a tight race, especially in the 7 battleground states.
The Harris Walls campaign said Sunday they've broken fundraising records, $540 million in just 1 month. They'll tape their first joint interview next week, addressing criticism from opponents Trump and Vance. A new dog park on French Island now stands as a powerful memorial to domestic violence victims. The Allison, Renee, and Bella Memorial Dog Park opened this weekend after 2 years of planning and construction. It honors Allison Renee and her dog Bella, who died in a domestic violence incident in 2022. Friends and classmates gathered to share what the park means to them.
Really do hope that people do kind of get that sense of, you know, it's important to speak up if there is a domestic violence situation happening near you, and also that it's important to remember her story so that way we can hope to prevent it in the future.
He adds there's a chance for the park to be expanded in the near future. The 2 Boeing Starliner astronauts will be stuck in space until February. Butch Wilmore and Sunny Williams have been stuck aboard the International Space Station since early June already. Their return has been delayed by multiple helium leaks discovered in their capsule. This extended mission means 2 of the 4 astronauts scheduled for the February launch will have to give up their seats to allow Wilmore and Williams a safe return.
Space flight is risky, even at its safest. And so the decision to keep Butch and Sunny aboard the International Space Station and bring the Boeing Starliner home uncrewed is a result of a commitment to safety.
Despite the fuel leaks and thruster degradation found on board the spacecraft, the shuttle's manufacturer Boeing says it has high confidence it could return safely to the Earth. Kids in the La Crosse area got a fresh start for the new school year at GET Fresh. Planned Parenthood hosted this community event, partnering with local nonprofits and sponsors. Students received backpacks with school supplies, haircuts from stylists skilled in all hair types, and enjoyed activities and some lunch.
When you feel good and you look good, something changes inside, and your whole perspective changes. And I'm just hoping that that kindness radiates and they have a fantastic school year.
She also said this year's event had the largest volunteer turnout. 123 backpacks were given away. The time now is 6:06. Still ahead on your morning news, an overhaul with FAFSA is causing enrollment problems this school year. will.i.am launches an AI radio service, and gamers who save their old Atari cartridges can soon play them on Atari's new console. And the housing market has been frozen over the past year, but that could mean an eventual rebound is coming. Coming up, more on the possible break from the increased mortgage rates. That and more coming up. For now, we are sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. A 102-year-old woman from Suffolk became the UK's oldest skydiver over the weekend. There she is. Manette Bailey told Sky News she was counting the days till this jump. When the door opened, she says she just thought jump. Her skydive wasn't just for thrills. It raised over $12,000 for local charities. This isn't her first adventure. On her 100th birthday, she drove a Ferrari at 130 miles per hour around Silverstone Racetrack. Happy birthday to her. As you start to wake up this morning, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the mega city. This is Toronto, Canada. Stay with us. Your morning consumer news is after the break.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act
that takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
Get an 11% rebate on everything for your next project at Menards. Rust-Oleum Stops Rust is a 5-in-1 spray paint. Choose from 5 different spray settings for a professional finish on every project. Only $5.95 each after rebate. Transform your garage with a rock-solid floor coating system. Complete your project in 1 weekend. A 1-car garage kit covers up to 250 square feet. Right now, just $144.97 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I was 27 years old, and the doctor told me I have MS. You quickly realize what's the most important things in life: family, friendships, love, helping other people. It makes you much more empathetic and compassionate to those that are struggling and suffering. I wanted to achieve my goals and dreams, but I wanted to take my resources and save as many children as I possibly could.
What are you doing?
Oh, we did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, you know, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Or get $3,500 purchase cash on select GMC Sierra models. Or get a total of $6,000 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
Life has become too expensive. Groceries and gas have gotten out of control, and red tape is killing the economy. But fortunately, our Congressman, Derek Van Orden, is fighting for solutions to make living more affordable for us in Wisconsin. He's advocating for common sense bills that would make everyday items like gas and groceries more affordable.
Now, Congress has an opportunity to lower costs by cutting red tape. Tell Congressman Van Orden to keep working to lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
Else.
All right, let's do some consumer news. FAFSA issues are impacting college enrollment. Some schools say an overhaul of the financial aid application process is causing some major problems this year, leading to enrollment drops. Education Secretary Miguel Cardona assures students the problems will be fixed. He says people can start applying for federal financial aid by December 1st for the 2025-26 school year. A survey of nearly 400 private colleges found about 75% reported FAFSA issues changed the makeup of this year's freshman class. Not only are classes smaller, the survey found they're also less diverse than in years past. Rapper will.i.am launching a new radio service called Radio FYI. It's powered with artificial intelligence. Listeners can interact with the AI DJs and have conversations about music, breaking news, sports, and weather. The service will create a listening experience designed to each user. will.i.am is hoping to reinvigorate radio and switch it from a passive, immovable experience to one that is more engaging. Gamers who saved their old Atari cartridges from their youth can soon play them again on Atari's 7800 Plus console. The retro gaming deck comes with a wireless controller, a copy of Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest, and is reported to be compatible with original Atari 2600 and 7800 cartridges. The U.S. housing market has been relatively frozen over the past year, but there appears to be light at the end of the driveway, and that could mean an eventual rebound for the market. John Lawrence reports.
Home buyers in the U.S. may soon get a break from the increased mortgage rates that have been swirling around the housing market for roughly the past 2 years. First and foremost, the Federal Reserve is expected to drop interest rates next month.
The time has come for policy to adjust.
Also, mortgage financing giant Freddie Mac recently reported the regular 30-year fixed-rate mortgage has dropped to a low not seen in over a year. And new home sales rose more than 10% in July from June, according to the Census Bureau and the Department of Housing and Urban Development. However,
I see $400 going towards my student loans, and I see $545 going for HOA, and I see groceries averaging about $150 a week.
Affordability issues still exist for many Americans, from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania to the state of Colorado.
The average home price in the Denver metro area, $600,000. Why? Because it's a great place to live. Why does it cost that much? Because we've artificially constrained the ability to build housing because of government interference.
Existing home prices in July were higher by more than 4% compared to 12 months prior, according to the National Association of Realtors, which means even with the loosening of the housing market, it could still take a while before some people are able to afford their own homes.
Both presidential candidates have proposed plans to help boost housing supply. Vice President Kamala Harris is calling for the building of 3 million new homes, and former President Trump is proposing the use of federal land to create more housing units. That's it for your morning consumer news. Time now is 6:14. Let's check in with Art to get a look at our forecast.
Well, what we're going to be seeing here, the possibility of some severe weather in the form of damaging winds and hail. That comes later on in the evening. But first, we're going to start off with excessive heat warning in play, and that comes in today, and that's going to continue to drag us into some very warm weather over the next several hours going into the afternoon, into the evening hours. We're going to be seeing the possibility of this continuing on today, and it will bring in, usher in the possibility of this storm activity coming in as well. That's going to usher in damaging winds and small hail and large hail into the area as well. That being said, take a look at what I've got going on for you. Spin-up tornado, not out of the question in this as we roll into how this will all play out. Take a look here as we go into the latter portion of the day, and then we'll see this happening. First, we get into the current temperatures. You're going to see 70s widespread to around 80 degrees. That's what we had already here locally. Then you're going to be picking up the possibility of conditions to play out like this as we go right into the current conditions, or at least the dew points. 70s widespread, and this has not changed out much. Upper 60s in some cases there already for Black River Falls and Sparta. That's all because we have the fog in those areas right now. You can see 1 mile of visibility, Sparta at 4 miles visibility, holding on to Ladysmith all the way down to Eau Claire and Winona and Preston, where you're seeing some patchy to dense fog. That being said, today is an alert day. Temperatures will fall back into at least mild by the time we get into Wednesday. Tuesday still up in the air because we may carry some of this heat over for tomorrow. Hot and humid conditions, muggy as well, and then evening, well, with that added rainfall coming in, that's going to add into your mugginess, and so we're going to maintain that heat into the overnight hours. Right now, you're seeing us right here in the red, you're seeing us in the purple, some of the areas well up to the northeast holding on to a little bit of the orange. That means that's going to affect everyone today. This will also continue on to, at least as we go into the morning for tomorrow, we're back in the yellow to at least orange, and then it starts to recede, going back into just near normal now, little to no risk at all. That's mostly over by Chicago. That being said, La Crosse holding on to at least 8 a.m. You're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, getting into some sunshine later to the day, so we're calling it mostly sunny. You'll also be seeing by noon you're at 89 degrees. This heat is going to be very, I should say, widespread for everyone today. Eau Claire, you're also picking up 8 a.m., 76 degrees, getting into some mostly cloudy to partly cloudy skies, holding on to at least sunshine to partly cloudy skies to finish out your day. Highs today, 87 all the way to about 96 degrees in some cases, and it's going to feel ridiculously warm on your skin. You can see how it's going to feel. It's going to feel like 105 by the time you get at 1 o'clock. Eau Claire will feel like 103. By at least 3 o'clock, it'll feel like 106 in La Crosse. Eau Claire about 101, I should say. Then once you get into the 4 o'clock hour and 5 o'clock hour, you're looking at 108 degrees. That's what it's going to feel like on your skin. Fog tracker is also showing you as you get into it, we'll get out of that fog by at least 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock this morning. And then once we head into how this all plays out, you'll see some fog coming back going into Tuesday as well. Now we'll take a quick peek here, what I've got going on for you here, the radar. I want to show you right now nothing's happening out there, but once you get during the day, you're picking up some storm activity coming in about the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. You can see it here coming back again for the 7 o'clock hour for tomorrow morning, and then again possibly ushering back some more of that rainfall into the process. When I come back, I'll give you a better view of how this all plays out. Back to you.
All right, Art, we'll see you then. Thank you. The time now is 6:17. Still to come, new FDA-approved COVID vaccines set to hit the pharmacy shelves soon. Coming up, we'll break down what you need to know about the updated Moderna and Pfizer shots and why doctors say it's crucial you get one.
Coming up in sports, the Brewers, we're looking to close out the weekend with yet another sweep, and the NFL preseason officially over. See what's next for the Packers and the rest of the NFL coming up in the Morning Blitz.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
It's a free ride.
But I already paid.
Life has become too expensive. Groceries and gas have gotten out of control, and red tape is killing the economy. But fortunately, our Congressman Derek Van Orden is fighting for solutions to make living more affordable for us in Wisconsin. He's advocating for common sense bills that would make everyday items like gas and groceries more affordable.
Now, Congress has an opportunity to lower costs by cutting red tape. Tell Congressman Van Orden to keep working to lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
One of the most frustrating things I see is married folks letting money fights ruin their relationship. The reason this happens is because they're simply not on the same page, they're not on the same team. Money management is a team sport. If you want to learn more about money management, come see me, both of you. I'll be the bad guy, I'll be the referee, and get you on track.
We're digging in on Highway 61 and getting ready to build a new Chrysler Winona. But we are packed with cars where the building is supposed to go, and we need to make room. During the Make This the Summer event, we have huge savings on our best models. New vehicles under $40,000 include a well-appointed Jeep Grand Cherokee or Ram 1500 Quad Cab. Save up to $10,000 on a new Ram heavy-duty truck or $11,000 off a new Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. So come see us at our new location, Highway 61, Winona.
More lies from Donald Trump. The truth? On Kamala Harris's watch, violent crime went down. Her record as district attorney and attorney general, locking up child abusers, online predators, and violent offenders, and shutting down international drug cartels. Under Donald Trump, a violent crime wave, and Trump ordered MAGA extremists to kill the bipartisan border security bill. Trump just talks tough. Kamala Harris is tough.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Our phones were made to help us connect, and somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic.
Don't you think?
Oh, I love this song so much. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Download the News 8000 app today.
Welcome to the Morning Blitz. Yesterday, we had another Sunday and another possible Milwaukee Brewers sweep. The team has been red hot, and they found themselves within striking distance of the top seed in the National League. They entered the day just a few games back from the Dodgers for that top spot. Let's get to the action. The Brewers enter the game 8-2 in their last 10 games, and they get a good start in this one. A man on first, and Gary Sanchez says, "See you later." A two-run blast out to left Milwaukee with an early lead, but things would fall apart. Frankie Montas, a good start, but in the fourth inning, a walk with the bases loaded puts Oakland on the board, and then next batter and Seth Brown is going to tie the game up. Singles into right, Milwaukee still with 0 outs, and the Athletics would take advantage. After one sac fly gave them the lead, Zach Geloff going to come in and send one high and deep to center field. It's going to be caught for an out, but another run scores on the sacrifice, and Oakland takes a 4-2 lead. Brewers trying to make the comeback. Willy Adames steps in, nobody on for him in the 7th, and he squares this pitch up out to left field. Defense giving chase, but that ball is gone for a solo shot. Pulls the Brewers within 1, but that's as close as they would get. 9th inning, down to their final out. Sal Frelick lines it out to short, and that's the game. All right, let's go to Minnesota. The Twins going for a series win over the Cardinals. First inning, first batter of the game, and Willie Castro. First batter for the Twins, and Willie Castro gets things started with some fireworks. High and deep to right, not even close. A solo shot puts the Twins up 1. Fourth inning, same score. Nolan Arenado up to bat, but check out the catch from Minnesota's Austin Martin. Full extension, makes it look easy. One more look at it, just perfect. St. Louis would tie the game at 1, but in the 8th inning, runner on first, and Royce Lewis gets a good piece of this pitch into the gap and left off the wall. Castro gonna round third. He comes in to score as Royce Lewis's RBI double gives the Twins the lead, but things would fall apart in the 9th. 2 runners on, and Lars Nootbaar grounds one through and a left. 2 runners gonna score as the Cardinals take the lead, and that would be the difference. 3-2 the final. Well, after yesterday's slate of games, the NFL preseason officially over, and now teams will have a week off before the season begins. On Thursday, September 5th, when the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs host the Baltimore Ravens, the Packers have the second game of the season when they take on the Eagles down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. We only saw 3 plays of Jordan Love during the preseason, and most of the starters didn't see the field in the second 2 games, but this Packers team created a lot of buzz as we enter the season. Jordan Love, the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And now we'll see if he and the rest of the offense can back it up. And later this week, the college football season officially underway as Luke Fickell begins his second season as the Badgers head coach. Still a lot of question marks surrounding the team, but we'll see what they're all about this Friday. Yes, the Badgers playing on Friday to start the season, so Friday Night Football might interfere a tiny bit with the Wisconsin Badger game as they will be hosting Western Michigan for an 8 p.m. start on FS1. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
Right now, it's the Labor Day sale at Home Furniture. Get up to an extra 10% off sale prices, like this counter table and 4 chairs for just $999. Or pay no interest for 3 years during the Labor Day sale, going on now at Home Furniture.
Drugs, gangs, and crime are flooding into our communities. But instead of getting tough on the border, Senator Tammy Baldwin supported amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants, including convicted criminals. Criminals like an illegal immigrant with multiple DUI charges who went on to kill a Wisconsin father of 3 while driving drunk again. Tell Senator Tammy Baldwin no amnesty for illegal immigrants, especially criminals. Vote to secure the border.
Are you finding bathing and bathroom business has gotten more difficult? Bad hips, bad knees can pose a problem. Just getting up and down can be risky. There is a simple, affordable solution. In just a day or two, you can have a beautiful new walk-in shower, safe and easy to care for with grab bars, a handheld shower, and a seat if you like. Set an appointment with one of our designers to plan your new bath. Better products at lower prices because we care. The Board Store.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant. Culver's. Yay! We love our guests.
Love.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Hey folks, Ronnie Craig here, inviting you out to the 27th annual Elvis Explosion live at the La Crosse Center, September 6, 7, and 8. Come on out, see 30 Elvis tribute artists from all over the world. Battle it out for $25,000 in cash. Tickets for this rocking weekend are available at the box office, Ticketmaster.com, or Days of Shows. That's the Elvis Explosion, September 6, 7, and 8, live at the La Crosse Center. See you there, or you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
My son, Nick, took illicit fentanyl, which cost him his life. And knowing that my son is never coming back is the worst thing that I will have to live with for the rest of my life.
Tammy Baldwin's been with us every step of the way. She just got a major bill passed to really crack down on fentanyl. She doesn't just talk the talk, but she actually walks the walk.
I cannot tell you how much we appreciate Tammy Baldwin fighting this fight.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
During the Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express, get up to $700 off Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, plus a $300 home shopping card with free white glove delivery and pay no interest for 5 years. The Tempur-Pedic Labor Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time. Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. In your morning medical news, last week the U.S. Food and Drug Administration gave the green light to 2 new Moderna and Pfizer biotech COVID vaccines. Those new vaccines are expected to be available in pharmacies and clinics in the days ahead. The decision comes several weeks ahead of last year's version and as the U.S. faces its largest summer wave of COVID-19 cases in at least 2 years. Mandy Gaither has 5 facts to know about the updated COVID-19 vaccine.
Widespread testing for COVID-19 has fallen off, so it's unclear how many cases are in the U.S. right now. But CDC data shows wastewater levels of the virus are very high nationally.
The amount of virus seen there is skyrocketing.
Dr. Donald Dunford with Cleveland Clinic says the best way to protect against severe disease is by getting vaccinated. So here's what to know about the updated COVID-19 vaccine. Fact 1, the CDC recommends everyone over the age of 6 months should receive it. Dunford says the vaccine is especially important for those who are vulnerable due to factors like age or medical conditions. Fact 2, waning immunity and new variants are believed to be behind the recent rise in cases. Fact 3, experts believe this latest shot will protect against the strains now spreading.
So if you had the vaccine from last year, or if you had infection, say last fall or winter, those antibodies aren't going to match up with the strains that we're seeing circulating now. So that's why it's important to get this updated vaccine.
Fact 4, Dunford says it's safe to get both the COVID-19 vaccine and flu vaccine at the same time. He recommends receiving both by the end of October. Finally, fact 5, the updated COVID vaccine not only protects you against severe disease, but also those you care about.
It's a good idea for you to get vaccinated to protect them and not just yourself.
The CDC reports measures of severe disease from COVID-19 infections, including rates of hospitalization and death, have been rising, but they're nowhere near levels seen in previous years. La Crosse's healthcare landscape is changing as Mayo Clinic Health System unveiled its new hospital. Clinic leaders and community officials gathered this weekend to celebrate the completion of the $215 million project. The state-of-the-art facility boasts 6 levels and 96 beds with spacious inpatient rooms designed to harness natural light for a healing environment.
Our staff delivers excellent care to our community. I think we all know that. Now they will have an absolutely beautiful new facility to take care of our patients.
The La Crosse Hospital is the largest construction project in the history of the Mayo Clinic Health System. La Crosse families enjoyed a day of connection and creativity this weekend at Myrick Park. The Parenting Place hosted its 34th annual Children's Festival, offering a break from daily distractions and a chance for quality family time. Kids explored a range of activities, from hands-on arts and crafts to an adventure playground.
It's all about what we can do as adults to create the environment where children can thrive. And that's what's happening here today.
The event was designed to foster child development through fun and engaging experiences. La Crosse just wrapped up a showcase for homeowners and dreamers alike. The La Crosse Area Builders Association's 48th annual Parade of Homes featured 11 newly constructed houses across La Crosse, Onalaska, and Holmen. Visitors had the chance to tour these homes, chat with local builders, and explore diverse design options.
Being able to interact with people and hear what they're looking for, what they're doing, what they're building, or just overall what the market looks like for projects coming in the coming years.
The event aimed to raise money to support the building industry and provide college scholarships. The 22nd annual Leon Gator Fest wrapped up yesterday. This quirky tradition started after a 2002 USA Today article mistakenly reported alligators were on the loose in Leon. Rather than correcting the error, the town turned it into a celebration. Now, for over 2 decades, Gator Fest has been uniting the community.
Everybody is here to have fun and not worry about anything. We all enjoy the laundry basket softball, and the 4-H food stand's amazing. So we just have a good time with our families, our friends, and our community.
The final day of the fest included a softball tournament, live music, Sunday service, a craft show, and a tractor pull. As the back-to-school season approaches, local organizations are helping students prepare for the classroom. Last week, WKBT partnered with Cooley Bank, the YMCA, and the Boys and Girls Club for our 3rd annual Stuff the Bus school supply drive. Now those donations are being distributed. The La Crosse Area YMCA is providing children with backpacks filled with essential school supplies. Families can choose a backpack and fill it with everything their child needs to head back to the classroom.
Every kid goes back to school with all the supplies and they feel ready for the school year and they can tackle the school year, and mom and dads can get the stuff and not feel like they're going broke buying every single item.
Hygiene items like toothpaste and toothbrushes were also available. Monroe County came alive with color and creativity at the 10th annual Art Outdoors. That event took place at Paul and Matilda Wegner Grotto Park in Sparta, a historic art site established during the Great Depression. Many of the artworks on display were created by Paul and Matilda themselves.
Especially as we get older in life, as adults, we don't take a lot of opportunities to try art. We hear quite often from people who come here, it's like, I haven't done art since I was in high school. But this is a place where it's a safe place to try art again.
Participants had the chance to engage in 3 different art forms: clay sculpting, mosaic making, and oil pastel painting. And Coon Valley streets were alive with festivity this weekend as the village marked a significant milestone, its 175th birthday. That celebration began with a hearty waffle breakfast at the village hall, followed by a parade. From live music to a competitive softball game and thrilling treasure hunt, the event offered something for everyone.
It's been so exciting. It has been great meeting new people and people in the community I didn't know. My family is probably about 6 generations deep here, and so it's been great meeting people that I hadn't met yet and working together just to bring this beautiful day together.
The celebration ended with a fireworks show. Today is National Dog Day. That's an opportunity to celebrate our canine companions. And as CBS's Danya Bacchus shows us, it's also a reminder of how people everywhere can help find loving homes for dogs.
Among the dozens of dogs waiting to be adopted at Best Friends Pet Adoption Center in Los Angeles, David Humphrey found the perfect match.
I just knew because he has high energy, literally just like my dog. They're like the same. We have a sister to meet.
He had been searching for months for a sibling companion for his recently rescued dog, Boba. He's naming this one
maybe Earl Grey, like Earl Grey tea, because he's gray. And I can kind of keep the same like tea, boba tea, Earl Grey tea.
Best Friends Animal Society takes dogs and cats from overcrowded animal shelters and brings them to their adoption centers in an effort to save their lives.
Our goal is to end the killing of cats and dogs in America's shelters by 2025.
Brittany Thorne is the executive director for Best Friends in Los Angeles. Last year, more than 207,000 dogs were put down in shelters for being homeless.
It happens when there's just no space for an animal in a shelter, simply because the animal doesn't have a place to call home, and so those animals do end up being killed in shelters.
She says adoption is a great way to prevent those deaths.
If you aren't ready to make a full-time dog ownership commitment, Brittany says you can foster a dog for a shorter time period or even volunteer at an adoption center.
It really not only gives the animal a break from the shelter, but it also provides these great notes of how an animal acts in a home environment.
Earl Grey is enjoying his new family, and his owner feels good knowing he's helped man's best friend.
I like that name, Earl Grey. Roughly 7 million people in America are planning to get a pet this year. The time now is 6:36. Here's News 8 meteorologist Art Jarrett to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. Hi, Art.
Hey, my friend. As the great Jean-Luc Picard would say, Earl Grey hot. All right, so as we get into it today and this evening, we're looking at hot and humid conditions. The heat indices have us around 90 to 110 degrees on your skin out there. All areas pretty much associated with this as well. We already started the day out at 5 o'clock at night at 80 degrees already. It kind of tapered back to earlier this morning, later on this morning, but you can see right now we're going to be holding on to severe weather. In another realm, we get into the wet. Damaging winds, small hail to large hail, mostly north of I-90, and that storm activity is going to continue on. In fact, that storm activity is going to continue on all the way into tomorrow, possibly. You get into Ladysmith right now, 71 degrees, 72 in Eau Claire, right now 77 here in La Crosse, Decorah 73, and Prairie du Chien 76, 75 in Boscobel right now. Current dew points are holding on in the 60s, upper 60s, and the 70s currently. And we're also looking at visibility. We've got a little bit of fog and low cloud activity still holding on. You're looking at least 7 miles visibility, and that will get out of the way by 8 o'clock going into the 9 o'clock hour. Today, alert day, so please be careful. What you're looking at is the possibility of the severe weather, and of course, it's going to carry over into rain and snow and storm activity later on for today. All right, my friend.
And before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
Hey, Brexton is turning 8 months old today. He loves spending time with his family and watching his puppies.
And Samantha's turning 8 years old. She likes arts and crafts, doing cartwheels, and spending time with her cat, Mika.
Everybody likes arts and crafts, you know?
They do, yes.
Right.
And all the babies like watching the dogs.
There you go. All right, so if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button underneath the Home tab. Tired of bunion pain? Stay tuned. Dr. Abbott shares a game-changing procedure with faster recovery coming up on Mindful Monday.
Here at The Y, we offer more than just a job. We offer the chance to make a difference in a fun, flexible environment where our mission and core values drive every decision we make. Join us in this amazing work. For specific positions and details, visit our website.
Drugs, gangs, and crime are flooding into our communities. But instead of getting tough on the border, Senator Tammy Baldwin supported amnesty for 11 million illegal immigrants, including convicted criminals. Criminals like an illegal immigrant with multiple DUI charges who went on to kill a Wisconsin father of 3 while driving drunk again. Tell Senator Tammy Baldwin no amnesty for illegal immigrants, especially criminals. Vote to secure the border.
When it comes to your business, off is not an option. Off means time and money lost. To move forward and grow, you need to be on time, on budget, so you can come out on top. Batteries Plus has the national scale to fulfill all your battery and power needs, and a dedicated expert for the local support you want. Power on with Batteries Plus Business. Visit one of our 700+ stores today.
Turn your collector car into cash. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions is now taking consignments for its fall auction on September 27th and 28th in Winona, Minnesota. Visit RemlingerAuctions.com to consign now and maximize your earnings. Early consigners receive the most exposure to our eager pre-qualified bidders. Reserve your spot today and join the excitement. Remlinger Collector Car Auctions, where every car has a story and every bid is an adventure.
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie drunk? We would never drift drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. You got a bunch of loudmouth, preening politicians. It's absolute chaos. I'm Derek Van Orden, and after 26 years as a Navy SEAL, there's a few things that I learned. You stay on mission, you know what you're fighting for, and sometimes you gotta get a little dirty to finish the job. Let's go, kids. Not you. Not you. You. Let's go. I'm Derek Van Orden. I approve this message.
Here at The Y, we offer more than just a job. Experience the personal satisfaction that comes from nurturing the potential of youth and teens, improving our community's health and well-being, and providing support to our neighbors. Join us in this amazing work.
Well, good morning to you and welcome back. I just want to let you know that 80-degree mark that we had at the 5 o'clock this morning, I believe that was a record today for the warmest low we've had in quite some time again. So was a record. So current conditions right now, we're looking at least upper 60s to the low to middle 70s, some upper 70s in there as well. So we're getting into this hot and muggy conditions that we're going to have today going into the evening as well, carrying over into following storms after this evening, going into about the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock hour. And then once we get into the overnight hour, more storms on the way, carrying over into tomorrow morning. That being said, let's take a quick peek at what I've got going on for you. Don't forget to hydrate. You can see it, heat right there. Hydrate, educate, act, and take action, or take it easy on yourself. We're going to call it like this: hydrate with plenty of fluids, educate yourself on the latest forecast, stay involved in the forecast so you know what to expect, and then of course act if you come across anyone or yourself in heat illness. Then you want to make sure you take it easy on yourself. A lot of folks going out in the early morning starting to run. Some folks go in the afternoon and start to run when it's going to be hot out there and it's going to feel like it's about 102 degrees on your skin. We have a light or slight risk of severe weather today as we get into it later on today. That will carry over mostly north of us here, going into areas by Eau Claire and Ladysmith. We also have the heat risk that is here today. We've got the red, we've got the purple, and we've got the orange up there. So that means we're in extreme, major, and moderate, and that affects everybody as far as heat illness is concerned, or the possibilities of that. Once we get into tomorrow, we're going to start to back it on down, and you're going to see it all starts to clear out once we go into at least 4 o'clock for tomorrow, and there it is, backing off all the way. That being said, highs today, 80s widespread, getting some 90s also mixed in there, and those 80s mostly start into the morning hours, going into the afternoon and continue on. Feels like tracker, as you can see it here, by the time we get in the 1 o'clock hour, it's 105 degrees on your skin. By the time you get in the 3 o'clock hour, it's 106 degrees on your skin. Once we get into the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour, it's going to feel like it's 108 degrees on your skin. So please be careful today. This is some serious stuff. The wind gusts are going to be up to at least 22 miles per hour in some cases. We already saw something coming over from Minneapolis. It was like 43 miles per hour. So please be careful. We'll also pick up the rainfall here. We'll load up the clouds, get into some clearing once we get in the 4 o'clock hour, holding on to at least some temperatures in the 90s. Here come the storms, though, around 8 o'clock. That continues on from Eau Claire down to areas by La Crosse, extending up to Ladysmith as well. And it's up and out of the area. Then once we go into the 5 a.m. hour, we're back in it up to the north, extending down to the south, and you're going to see that's going to be the possibility. This is beginning to break up. This was a closer band right here where there was some actual, there it is right there. As you get into some of that bending right there, you're going to see that. That's how severe weather is going to form and up it gets out of the way. That being said, take a look at the rainfall. As you can see, we're holding on to at least some conditions that are going to be pretty wet going through the area. So it's about a 30% chance of finishing out the day. Once we go into the 8-day forecast, I'll take you into how this all plays out. We're going to be seeing 96 degrees today for an alert day, picking up 91 degrees for tomorrow. We could see a little bit extra cooling with the rainfall, but for now, 91 degrees expected. 85 to 84 degrees takes us back to seasonal averages, and then we get out of that heat with some rain and storm activity returning on Thursday.
Today we're talking about a common but often overlooked foot condition that affects millions of people, bunions. While many suffer in silence, assuming surgery is their only option, there's exciting news in the world of podiatry. We're joined this morning by Dr. Brad Abicht, a local expert from Amplify in La Crosse, who's pioneering a minimally invasive procedure that's changing lives. Dr. Abicht, welcome to Mindful Monday. Good morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So first, some people may have personal experience, some people may not. For people who don't have that experience, what is a bunion and why is it so painful?
Yeah, bunions are very common conditions that we see. If you look at the word bunion, it's actually derived from the Latin root meaning turnip, because some people think it's a giant turnip on the side of your big toe joint. But for us or for patients, bunions are known as a large painful bump on the side of their big toe joint or at the base of their big toe. For surgeons, we know it as a little bit more of a complex deformity, typically involving a three-dimensional deformity at the great toe joint, where the big toe is in malalignment with the big toe joint, and the first metatarsal bone is actually pushing against the skin, causing pain. And when you combine that with narrow shoe gear and weight-bearing activity, that can create a painful and dysfunctional situation for a patient.
Sounds painful for sure.
And so tell me, why don't people address their bunions? I mean, and why? What are the risks of leaving them untreated?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think for most patients, they're going to try and ignore their bunion as much as they can. And maybe even when that bunion is in its very early stages, it's not quite as painful or symptomatic yet for them. And notoriously, bunion surgery is a painful process. With traditional open bunion surgery, it's a slow recovery. Everybody's busy, so it's not really ideal timing to ever have foot surgery. But these new minimally invasive procedures have made it much easier for patients. But if that bunion is left untreated, it can progress. The bunion can get bigger itself. It can become more painful. Some people develop arthritis. And in some severe situations, you can actually develop an open sore that is at risk then for infection or other complications.
Yeah, you're kind of preaching to the choir here, by the way. I have 2 of them, and I have screws in each foot as well. So yeah.
All right, get your feet up on the table then.
You don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. It's a painful event. So,
Yes, he does talk about the discomfort a lot. So you do perform this minimally invasive bunionectomy. What can you tell us about that and how it differs from the traditional one you were talking about?
Yeah, so in most traditional open bunion surgeries, there is a larger incision that is made, which requires pretty extensive dissection around the bone and the joint in order to correct the bunion. If you contrast that with the minimally invasive approach, we're able to correct the bunion through tiny little poke hole type incisions, or what we call percutaneous incisions. This allows us to preserve the skin and the soft tissues around the bone, which typically results in much less pain for the patient. And although there's a number of benefits, a couple that I would highlight would be significantly less pain, the ability to walk on your foot right away after surgery, which is a big deal for a lot of patients. There's less joint stiffness and scarring that develops. The scars are a little more cosmetically appealing to patients, as well as just overall a quicker recovery in terms of returning to regular shoe gear, your daily activities, maybe even your job or employment, or even athletics.
Yeah, all very important parts.
No more bone breaking?
It does still involve a reconstructive procedure to realign the bone, but again, it's done through these minimally invasive approaches. Wow,
okay, impressive. Yeah, we were seeing some pictures there of that. And then quickly before we go, if someone does have a bunion or they think they have a bunion, what should their first step be?
Yeah, I think just coming in to have it evaluated, really. You know, and I think it's important to recognize that not all surgeons do this approach. Right. So, you know, if you've seen someone for your bunion, you may want to look into another opinion for that to see if you're a candidate for it. But otherwise, if you haven't seen anybody, I'd encourage you to set up an appointment with me at Amplify Health here in Gunderson, in La Crosse, as well as, you know, we'll take some x-rays and review those for you, and have a discussion on whether or not you might be a good candidate for minimally invasive bunion surgery.
Okay, all right, great to know, doctor. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
No problem. Stay with us, we're back right after this.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
That takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
To everyone out there who loves Culver's,
the feeling is mutual. Everything's made fresh.
Everything. Everything.
It's our pleasure.
This is me and my happy place.
I wouldn't trade our Culver's for any other restaurant.
Culver's. Yay! We love our guests.
Love.
Love.
As much as our guests love us.
This is me and my happy place.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Maury's and Gunderson Health System have partnered up together here to really provide a great service to check car seats for new families, to bring their vehicle in here, because it can be very intimidating when you're trying to put it all together. We just want to provide a space to do that. Every first and third Thursday of the month through September, here at Audi Volkswagen on Theater Road. At Maury's, it's all about moving life forward. That's why we've joined with Center Stage in supporting non-for-profit businesses to give them power and impact in the community.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Fall Footwear Sale is going on now. Shop our unbeatable selection and prices on your favorite brands of fall boots and shoes. Right now, all Skechers are buy one, get one half price. Plus, find value on quality brands throughout the store, like 2.5-gallon boxes of Clean Def, now just $6.99. And buy 3 Goodyear tires, get one free with installation. Plus, up to $100 consumer rebate on select sets of 4 Goodyears.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
If you've been hurt in a motorcycle accident due to no fault of your own, you need the personal injury law firm of Schwabel, Getz & Sieben.
The best thing we did was call Schwabel, Getz & Sieben right away.
Schwabel, Getz & Sieben will fight for you in getting a fair settlement.
They really were on top of everything. They left nothing to chance.
They took the worry out of the situation. Absolutely recommend them.
Call the personal injury powerhouse Schwabel, Getz & Sieben or visit schwabel.com to receive a free case consultation.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. I was 27 years old, and the doctor told me I have MS. You quickly realize what's the most important things in life: family, friendships, love, helping other people. It makes you much more empathetic and compassionate to those that are struggling and suffering. I wanted to achieve my goals and dreams, but I wanted to take my resources and save as many children as I possibly could.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today. The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Welcome back at 6:52. Time for your morning news now. Looking to build momentum off the DNC and that RFK Jr. endorsement, the Harris and Trump campaigns are gearing up for some grassroots outreach. The campaign's readying for a battleground barnstorm with just 71 days left till Election Day. This week, Trump heads back to Michigan twice. He'll then hold a town hall here in La Crosse before finishing his week-long campaigning in Pennsylvania on Friday. Harris will go on another bus tour across South Georgia. A new dog park on French Island now stands as a powerful memorial to domestic violence victims. The Allison Renee and Bella Memorial Dog Park opened after 2 years of planning and construction. It honors Allison Renee and her dog Bella, who died in a domestic violence incident in 2022. Friends and classmates gathered to share what the park means to them.
Really do hope that people do kind of get that sense of, you know, it's important to speak up if there is a domestic violence situation happening near you, and also that it's important to remember her story so that way we can hope to prevent it in the future.
He adds there's a chance for the park to be expanded in the future as well. La Crosse families enjoyed a day of connection and creativity this weekend at Myrick Park. The Parenting Place hosted its 34th annual Children's Festival, offering a break from daily distractions and a chance for some quality family time. Kids explored a range of activities from hands-on arts and crafts to an adventure playground.
It's all about what we can do as adults to create the environment where children can thrive. And that's what's happening here today.
Officials anticipated a turnout of about 1,000 people. La Crosse just wrapped up a showcase for homeowners and dreamers alike. The La Crosse Area Builders Association's 48th annual Parade of Homes featured 11 newly constructed houses across La Crosse, Onalaska, and Holmen. Visitors had the chance to tour the homes, chat with local builders, and explore diverse design options.
Being able to interact with people and hear what they're looking for, what they're doing, what they're building, or just overall what the market looks like for projects coming in the coming years.
The event aims to raise money to support the building industry and provide college scholarships. As the back-to-school season approaches, local organizations are helping students prepare for the classroom. Last week, WKBT partnered with Cooley Bank, the YMCA, and the Boys and Girls Club for our 3rd annual Stuff the Bus school supply drive. Now those donations are being distributed. The La Crosse Area YMCA is providing children with backpacks filled with essential school supplies.
Every kid goes back to school with all the supplies and they feel ready for the school year and they can tackle the school year. And mom and dads can get the stuff and not feel like they're going broke buying every single item.
Hygiene items like toothpaste and toothbrushes were also available.
A lot of kind folks helped out with that. Today we have a weather alert day. Temperatures are going to soar. We're going to be seeing them feeling into the 90s here, but it's going to feel like you're in the lower 100s in some cases, maybe even closer to near the teens. You're going to be seeing how it feels on your skin by 4 o'clock. It's going to feel like 108 degrees on your skin. You're going to see the rainfall coming back again tonight into tomorrow. Yeah, you're going to see at least up to 1/4 inch to 1 inch of rainfall. Here we go with temperatures 96 degrees today for your high, cooling down gradually as we go into Wednesday, taking us back to seasonal averages with more storms on the way for Thursday.
All right, Art, thank you. Lithuania was abuzz with excitement Saturday as it hosted its 3rd annual Corgi racing event. It is Corgi, not right? Yeah, okay.
It's Corgi.
Thousands of spectators flocked to witness over 100 Welsh, Pembroke, and Cardigan Corgis from across Europe compete in a lively day filled with a costume contest, that one's dressed up, and a thrilling 50-meter race. The highlight of the event was the sprint competition, where these charming dogs defied expectations and showcased their surprising speed and agility. I liked the one in the wig. That one has my vote. If we're voting.
All right.
Thank you, Art. Thank you for starting your week with us on News 8 Now this morning. We will see you back here at noon. Until then, enjoy your Monday.